We all know Monkey D. Garp as the hero of the Marines, the man who clashed with the Pirate King, took down the Rock's pirates, and trained both Luffy and Dragon. But let's flip the world of One Piece on its head. What if Garp never joined the Marines and was a pirate from the very beginning? Today we're answering one simple question. How strong would Garp be as a pirate? Let's start with facts. Garp crushed Don Chinjao so hard, he literally reshaped his skull. The man split mountains with his fists, and that wasn't even his prime. He then trained Kobe and Helmeppo from crybabies into captains using nothing but punches. He threw cannonballs by hand like dodgeballs at pirate fleets, but most importantly, he went toe-to-toe with Roger multiple times. But Roger didn't fear him. He respected him, enough to entrust him with Ace's life. Marineford and Hachinosu are the closest we've ever seen to Garp letting go. When Akainu killed Ace, Garp snapped and could have killed Akainu. Not in theory, not in speculation. He knew it. Sengoku knew it. Akainu probably knew it too. In Hachinosu, while trying to rescue Kobe, Garp single-handedly took out multiple commanders of Blackbeard's crew, and it took an ex-admiral to finally subdue him. Growing up, Garp witnessed firsthand the stark disparity between the peaceful lives of villagers and the violence of pirate crews and corrupt nobles. He saw how these people used fear and money to control others, and he didn't like it one bit. His disdain for the celestial dragons is actually rooted in canon. Garp openly calls them scum and refuses promotions to admiral, which would force him to directly serve them. But what if Garp had been even angrier when he was young? Maybe he would have become a rebel, sailing under his own pirate flag, not to steal, but to fight back. He might have gone after the ships carrying gold to the celestial dragons, not to get rich, but to stop them from hurting people. Garp came from the sea, people call the weakest, East Blue. That means he had to work extra hard to become strong. He didn't have fancy teachers or powerful tools. He got strong with just his fists, his hard work, and a heart that never gave up. But he wouldn't just sail around. He'd gather the most like-minded crew ever. Standing proud next to Garp would be his best friend Sengoku. As first mate, they've been buddies forever, and Sengoku would be an excellent battle strategist. The wise Suru would join too. When everyone gets too hot-headed, she'd roll her eyes and keep them from doing stupid stuff. Kuzan would hop aboard too. In canon, he's already sick and tired of how the world government lies, so I think this is a no-brainer. The genius Vegapunk would be their doctor. He'd have gadgets and medicine for everything, and share stories about the ancient kingdom. Don Chinjao, who used to hate Garp's guts, would join too, wanting to smash marine ships. He'd probably charge into battle with his pointy head and get his ass beat. A brave samurai from Wano named Ushimaru would be the swordsman of the crew. His honour would push him towards fighting for what's right. The giant jaguar D-Saul would steer their ship with his gentle hands. When scared kids see him, he'd grin and say, "Dereshi Shishi, don't worry, we're the good pirates." And good old Chef Zeph would keep everyone fed and secretly smile when they love his food. Young Smoker would have been the newest member of Garp's pirate crew, the grumpy apprentice with his white spiky hair and 2 cigars always hanging from his mouth. Together on their ship, the Fist of Justice, they wouldn't care about finding treasure. They'd sail around helping people and punching corrupt officials in the face. This isn't just any pirate crew. They're heroes who got fed up with all the lies and decided to do something about it. Garp's legendary strength was cemented in the epic confrontation with Rox D. Xebec, a battle shrouded in mystery and speculation due to the lack of canon detail. Garp did beat Rox, but he had Roger on his side. A solo encounter with Rox would have pushed him to his absolute limits. Imagining the two titans clashing, their fists alone could have generated a vacuum shockwave reverberating across the ocean and splitting the skies. Their conqueror's haki would create a storm, parting the seas in biblical fashion. Among Garp's most storied rivalries was his ongoing feud with Gol D. Roger, the Pirate King himself. But their duels never yielded a definitive victor. Garp would rely solely on his fists, hardened with armament haki, while Roger would wield his blade ace, crackling with conqueror's energy. Each attack carried the weight of kings. Roger's divine departure slash and Garp's galaxy impact punch would collide in a climax that would flatten and change the battlefield, Punk Hazard style, rendering both warriors unconscious. Against Whitebeard, Garp would face the embodiment of raw seismic force. Whitebeard's quake-generating Gura Gura Nomi and monstrous Bicento would clash with Garp's blistering speed and mountain-shattering punches. Despite Whitebeard's world-breaking power, I think Garp's superior haki and precision would allow him to land a decisive blow, ending the duel in his favour. Even the likes of Kaido and Big Mom, two of the most durable and fearsome emperors of the sea, would struggle against Garp's relentless offense. Kaido, in his dragon form, would rain destruction with Bolo Breath and Thunder Bagua, but Garp would shrug off the onslaught and strike with a perfectly timed galaxy impact, forcing Kaido into hybrid form. Despite Kaido's brutal endurance, Garp's explosive pinpoint attack will prove to be the difference, narrowly earning him the victory. Big Mom's elemental onslaught through Zeus, Prometheus will be equally fearsome, but Garp would disperse the fire and lightning with well-timed counters. We know from canon that Big Mom has a lack of focus in battle and gets easily distracted. Garp will probably use this to his advantage, find an opening with his earth-shattering punch, and break through her hardened skin, ending the clash. Garp would be revered not just as a Yonko, but as a force of nature capable of challenging the world's most powerful pirates. Garps Crew would have been the world government's greatest nightmare. They would begin dismantling key pillars of the world government's control: Cyberpol agencies, celestial dragons, and marine bases loyal to the world nobles. All three have canon weaknesses that Garp's hypothetical crew could exploit. In canon, the Marines are already fractured ideologically. Figures like Fujitora, Smoker, Aokiji, and even Garp himself have defied orders or questioned the system. As a legendary pirate, Garp would command immense respect. He could inspire Marine officers, like Kobe and Tashigi, to leave and join his cause. This would create a power vacuum inside the Marine ranks and split their command structure. In canon, the government's secret intelligence arm rely on cover-ups and preemptive assassinations, but CP0 has already failed in critical moments. Sabo exposed them at the Reverie, Luffy and Robin survived repeated attempts, and Morgan's leaked major secrets. Garp's crew could dismantle CP0 networks by targeting agents, safe houses, and leaking operations to the world, effectively cutting off the government's ability to operate in the shadows. The celestial dragons, the symbol of government authority, are physically weak and deeply unpopular. Garp despises them. With no marine oath holding him back, he could lead direct attacks on Marijua, expose their atrocities, and destroy their image globally, collapsing the ideological control the world government holds over the world. In short, Garp's pirate crew wouldn't just fight the government, they'd dismantle the system piece by piece. Garp would become not just the strongest pirate, but the most dangerous revolutionary force in One Piece history. So now you know how strong Garp would have been as a pirate. If he had chosen the sea instead of the system, there wouldn't be a pirate king. There'd only be Garp and his crew. Speaking of crews, if you're curious to learn how the Straw Hats are related to the heavenly virtues, check out this video. As always, thank you for watching.